cleaning on the wheel. There's a couple supplies you're going to need first. You're going to need a green bucket of water, about halfway full, a sponge, a needle tool, and a wooden rib. You're also going to need this circular tray called a bat. Make sure it's nice and dry. You're going to place it on the knobs on the potter's wheel. You're also going to want to make sure that you have a fully wedged piece of clay. If your clay is not wedged, you won't be able to make your project symmetrical. You're also going to want to make it into this mountain or dome or wedge-like shape with a flat bottom so it'll stick to your potter's wheel. So what we want to do is we want to make it so this sticks down onto the bat. So I'm going to put it in the center, pick it up, slam it down. I then want to tap the sides of the clay to make sure this doesn't fly off. Then we're going to start our wheel. When you're on the wheel, you want to make sure that it's going to spin against your hand. So if you are right-handed, you want this to go counterclockwise. Left-handed, you want it to go clockwise. So make sure you check with your teacher to make sure that your wheel is going the proper direction. Some of them rotate, some of them don't, so you want to make sure that you check with us first. We want to get our wheel going at a good speed, because the first thing that we need to do is something called centering. Now, centering is going to make our clay stop wobbling. And you can see here that when I put my hand against the clay, it kind of pushes my hand around a little bit. It's not very smooth looking. So we're going to use the water to help it get into a nice smooth shape and become very symmetrical and spin very smoothly. Now, to do that, the water is going to help reduce the friction. Now, friction is when it's pushing against my hand and not working with it. If I take a little bit of water, you can see that my hand now will slide with the clay. You want to make sure that you're using plenty of water to help facilitate this. Now, when you're centering your project, you don't want your wheel going super fast. You're never going to need it to go this fast, but you want it going a decent speed. Now, some of these have pedals that you push with your feet. Some of them have a bar like this. Usually it's good to use your feet because you don't get your hands all dirty on top of your feet. Now, when you get your speed set, take your foot off of the pedal. Because as you're pushing on your clay, a lot of people have a tendency to push on that pedal, and that makes your clay go too fast as you're working on it, and you don't want that to happen. So take your foot off when you get it going good speed. This is good right here. And I'm going to keep my sponge in my hand for a little bit and douse some water on it. But now I want to push on my clay to make it spin a little bit better. And again, that's centering. Now there's two different ways I'm going to show you. Now first, you can see I'm positioning myself, so I'm leaning over my project a little bit more. And I'm not going to push just with my arms. I want to push with my entire body. So I'm locking my elbows into my body here, and I'm going to push forward with my legs and my back and my arms all at the same time to help to control it. The first way I'm going to do is with two hands. You can see that I put my hands down on the bat flat, and I'm going to put my thumbs on top, and I'm going to push forward. Now you can already see that the clay is getting dry, so I'm going to take a little bit more water and keep pushing forward with that. Now that's one way of centering. This isn't fully centered yet, but you can see that it's starting to get there. The way that I like to center, so you can see already that I'm leaning against my left side here, I put my elbow down on my left thigh. And I'm going to put my left hand down, almost like I'm shaking somebody's hand, onto the bat with my thumb on top. Then I'm going to take my right hand with the sponge, because I like to use water with my clay. And I'm going to push down on my project as I'm pushing forward in that direction to help to center my clay. But then I can also use my sponge on the side of my project to help to smooth this out. That smooths the whole surface. You can see I'm keeping my hand nice and steady. I'm not moving it. I'm keeping it exactly where I left it. And once you think that you're centered, take your hand off slowly. Now you can see that it's spinning nice and symmetrically. It's not wobbling anywhere. And then I'd be ready for the next step. Now, when you think you're done centering, you want to be careful to make sure that you don't push your hand off too quickly and that you're paying attention, because if you push off too quickly, you can throw this off center really easily. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention. Be really gentle with your clay, because centering is the most important part to starting your project. If your project's not centered, you can't make a symmetrical piece. And that's the whole point of the potter's wheel, is to make a nice symmetrical piece on here. Once you're done centering, you're ready for the next step called opening.